The View co-host and former White House staffer Alyssa Farah Griffin has called out her former boss, Donald Trump, for a recent speech that saw him walking back his prior, repeated denial of the results of the 2020 election against Joe Biden. Following Biden's appearance Wednesday on The View alongside Griffin, the 35-year-old Republican panelist criticized Trump in an ex-post pointing out inconsistencies in his stance on the election results. Trump once again slips and admits he knows he lost the 2020 election, Griffin posted on the site, alongside a video of Trump speaking at a campaign event in Mint Hill, North Carolina. "We did much better, by the way, in the election of 2020 than we did in 2016. Millions and millions of votes. More votes than any sitting president in the history of our country," Trump claimed in the clip. "But they beat us by a whisker. They beat us just by a little whisker. He beat us from the basement." As Griffin pointed out, this contradicts Trump and his supporters' sustained, debunked claims that the 2020 presidential election was rigged against him. Prior to joining The View as a permanent co-host in 2022, following the departure of Meghan McCain, Griffin worked under Vice President Mike Pence from 2017 to 2019, before joining Trump's White House communications team ahead of resigning in 2020, and subsequently speaking out against him ever since. That in June 2023, Griffin praised Chris Christie, the former New Jersey governor, for also criticizing Trump, and admitted she had regrets over her prior experience with the Apprentice star as well. "It's okay if you think he woke up too late, but what he's saying is true. I wish I could count myself among the people who's never made a mistake and never aligned with the wrong people and had to learn as life goes on," Griffin said at the time. But what he's saying is powerful. Griffin's words come days after Entertainment Weekly confirmed that federal prosecutors interviewed her as part of an investigation into the January 6th Capitol riot. Elsewhere on The View, throughout 2023, Griffin explained her reasoning for joining Trump's team in the first place. "I don't know if it's naive or maybe it was hubris at the time. It's like one or the other, maybe a weird mix of both. You thought you could make him better. You could convince him of what's right and what's wrong," she said. George Floyd, after his murder and the social justice protests that summer, I was trying to get him to walk back a statement he made about saying when the looting starts, the shooting starts. I was like, surely that's not what you mean. No one thinks we should be shooting people in the public square. And he essentially said, "No, that's what I mean. We're not walking it back." That was the moment where I was like, oh, this is not a fixable individual. That was the first time I almost resigned.